I'm the one who did the agreement for the 13 parties, which collapsed to form the Jubilee Party. That agreement was run for 5 years, from 16th of September 2016. So the 5 years have already expired. The 5 years expired in September. What that agreement had said was that the names and the symbols of the 13 parties which collapsed to form Jubilee will not be available until after 5 years, until after the 2017 elections, and passed. So since the 5 years have elapsed, all those names, all those symbols, which had been dissolved, during the Jubilee party merger, are now available. So what those ones who are forming the new party for region have done is to go for the symbol, which could not be available before September, but is available now. So the bus party, the bus symbol is available, and as we've been saying, those who are forming it are now in the process of servicing the party, the bus. They are buying new tires, alafu it will put petrol, and it will very soon be on the road. Yes. So even TNA could be available, when URP could be available. So all those parties which we collapsed are now available for registration. But the party is not available in the original form. It has to be registered afresh. So what the new members of the BAS have done is to pick another party, RBK. So they changed its name to Devolution Empowerment Party, DEP. The focus being, to strengthen devolution, to fight for more resources, to come to the counties, to empower the people at the grassroots. So that's the main philosophy of the new party. And then the symbol BAS, because it's popular in the region, that's why they decided to pick it. Mount Kenya used to like to negotiate directly with potential presidential candidates. We don't have to negotiate through Mount Kenya West. I think that's the position we are taking. Our relations between Mount Kenya East and Mount Kenya West is a domestic relationship. We have our own internal issues. But I think those cannot be carried too far into the future, because I think the biggest challenge right now is that of distribution of resources between Mount Kenya West and Mount Kenya East. We feel we belong to the same house, but certain corners of the house have been treated better than the others. The most emotive issue has been those Mau Mau roads. See, Mau Mau roads are being done in Mount Kenya West and not in Mount Kenya East. And our people feel, since there are also Mau Maus in Mount Kenya East, and they also fought for independence, and in dying like the others, there should also be Mau Mau roads in Mount Kenya East. So I think it is ranches, that's an example. So our issues between Mount Kenya West and Mount Kenya East are pure issues of equality or equity in distribution of resources between us and the Mount Kenya West. Now, that is only relevant because there is power now within the Mount Kenya region. If the power migrates to another region, what shall we be quarreling with the Mount Kenya West about? Because that time we shall be seeking our resources from that external source. So what we are trying to do is stand the power. What we are trying to do is to study who is likely to be the next president of this country. Use our party, to negotiate with that particular president. And in the distribution of both political power and resources, we seek some guarantees that we shall not be ignored, we shall be treated. We are not asking for favors. All we are saying is we should not be discriminated against. Mount Kenya Foundation comprises of wealthy people with money. So money is important. In fact, when J.F. Kennedy was asked, what's the most important item in a campaign? He said there are three things. He said number one is money, number two is money, number three is money. And that's how he won the presidential candidate in the US. So you cannot discount money in an election, especially a presidential election. And it is in that context that I don't lightly dismiss the Mount Kenya Foundation, because I know who are behind it and how it works. And they have very keen interest in who runs the country, because I think the rich people stand to lose most, if a regime falls in enemy hands, enemy goods. Yeah. So I think Mount Kenya Foundation is important in that respect, and they will do their best. They will not want somebody to come to power, who comes either to destroy their wealth or their property, or block their business opportunities. I think many of them, those you talk to, remember the days of the President Moi. I can give you a specific example. See, SK Macharia. Yes, you remember those days? He was building 800 million plant at Thika as Madhupepa International. But although he had IFC funding and the KCB was supporting the project, because he was on the wrong side of politics, the project was killed. He was almost reduced to a pauper by the Moi regime, and he is a member of the Mount Kenya Foundation. Now, having learned from that, don't you think he is very interested in who occupies the state, also that this media empire of his does not have the same challenges in the future? So there are those considerations that they are taking.